Hello everybody, my name's John, welcome to my channel. Today we have the EACHINE EAT number 11. Not 10 like I said before. Where did I get 10 from? Anyway, moving on. This is the 11. For those that watched the unboxing and review video, you saw that the very last thing that we did with it was we launched it off a 3 meter high jump. It went down, it hit its rear wing spoiler on the ground, and bang! It fell apart, as you can see. I say fell apart, it broke, quite frankly. So I am here now just to repair it, and once again I am going to be using my Instaflex Plus Hobby King clear gap filling flexible glue for tyres. But you're all like, but John, it's for tyres, what are you doing? Have you lost the plot? Well, yes, probably, but some of you may have seen me repair the rear wing on the ZD Racing TC10 and it's still holding. Absolutely amazing stuff, this glue, because it's slightly flexible, because it fills the gaps as well. I thought, well, why not give it a go? Now, it dries very quickly, but it's not fully dry for 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take it apart, repair it now, put it back together. I'm not going to put the shocks on, because obviously that could put some pressure on it. And then in 2 hours' time, I'm going to come back, put the shocks on, and then I'm going to drop it repeatedly, over and over, until we can make it break, or not. Time will tell. So let's take it apart. You'll see where the damage is straight away. If I show you underneath, come on, there we go. Underneath here you've got the 2 screws. Obviously it's snapped where the screws are there, so I need to take those 2 screws off and out the way and keep them safe, and the shocks need to come off as well. So let's get on with that. Put you into focus. Take the shocks off first. I'll show you in detail now. You can see that it's not really a weak point, because in my opinion we shouldn't have been jumping from that high. Not many people will do that, let's be honest. I'm just one of those very special ones that do it. So anyway, let's get these screws out. Right, so those, okay, don't go out of the way then. You have to go out of the way. Out the way! Seriously. Right. Is that just a case? Okay, what I'm going to do is, if you see, I'll do it like that. If you see here, there's sort of an open area there. I'm going to put some glue there as well. And it will be there as well. By the looks of it, yeah. These come off. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to do that, because I thought that this was all one bracket, and it in fact is not. As you can see, that comes off, so we're just going to glue those on as is. So, which way? Apologies about the kids next door, can't do anything about that. They're having fun outside in the heat. Right, is that one there? Yes. Okay. Sorry, bit of a weird throat at the minute. Right. Of course. Some of you may know already, but I've been using this glue on a lot of things. Very impressed with it. There we go. Right, so. Oh, I don't really want it to fill that gap, do I? What I mean is, as that dries, then putting the screw back in is going to be very, very difficult. So I think I'm just going to put it back together now and just deal with the consequences later. Consequences, what I mean by that is that the rear mount, rear wing mount could now get stuck to the rest of this, but hopefully it'll never snap again, so I never have to worry about it. You can see it goes back on nice and easily. I just put it back together now. I'm not, as I said before, I'm not going to be putting the shocks back on though. That's just a little bit too much pressure. I shouldn't have taken this off really. I should have just left it all attached, but oh well. What? No, no, no. Because if I do that, then there's nothing to hold it in position, is there? What I mean by that is you'll have the whole weight of this that could basically just pull it back off again, which obviously we do not want to happen. So if need be, I'll just put a small drill in there and just clear out some of the glue once it's dried. Don't know what that was. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry. Good morning, you beautiful peeps. Yes, I said good morning. 2 hours after I recorded what I recorded yesterday, I came upstairs to finish this video off, and it was so hot that I nearly died. Not over dramatizing it, it was that hot up here. So I decided to leave it until the day after, which is now Sunday morning. It's a little bit cooler up here, but not by much. Now, if you remember from, well, what you watched about a minute ago, the holes, as you know, I was worried about the holes being filled with glue. As you can see, the glue is just run down and away, which is very good indeed. Now, it feels strong enough to me, but we're not going to know until I start to try and beat the crap out of it, so we shall just put it back together for now. Again, there is just the 4 screws here, and then we have the shocks. So those 2 are the top ones, and then we've got the bottom ones to put in here. If it's going to snap, if it's going to fall apart, it will be at this point. Alright, fair enough. Seems fine. Seems fine indeed. Okay. Wow, yesterday was such a long time ago. I can't remember what screws were in here, but let's just assume it was these. Whoops. Or was it those long ones? We'll see. Okay, we'll put these in. I have these ones for afterwards in case I am wrong, which is more than likely. It is Sunday morning and my brain is less efficient on a Sunday morning. It's less efficient most of the time. Now, I could just go out, drive this around and whatnot, but I want to make sure that it is properly repaired, so I'm going to drop it to make sure that it works fine. Does it snap straight away? Oh, I suppose I should do that, shouldn't I? No, it does not. Well, that's a good sign, isn't it? Alright, let me get set up for the draw-up test. See you soon. Okay, how long before it snaps? Place your bets now. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I expected that to break already. Okay, well you just saw it fail. I mean, that was extreme what I was doing, but my God, I did try. I was putting a lot of weight into that. Obviously it's not too much. It's not like I could make it go further than what it can, because of course it's got the chassis in the way, so it was only going down to what it could, but it's failed. So, no, you can't use that glue, and yes, you have to buy a new diff cover if this happens to you. Okay, let's be honest, that was pretty extreme what I just did. Maybe it would have survived had it have just been normal driving, but I don't want to recommend something to you if it's not going to work 100%. So I think what we need to do is just strip this down. Actually, there's no need to strip it down. I can see it's the upper diff cover anyway. So if you ever have this snap on your car, your EACHINE EAT number 11, then save your time and effort and just pick yourself up a new diff cover. I'm going to pick up 2, because if it's happened once with us, at least it can happen again. Again, I don't think a lot of you out there are going to jump it from a 3-meter high ledge. I don't think so, but you know, it could happen. So just keep that in mind. It does seem to be a weak point, and if you think that all of the suspension, sorry about that, if you think that all of the suspension is literally being held to, well, and the wing, so whenever you make it land on its edge there, it is all being held together with literally 4 little pieces of plastic there. Maybe it needs a bit of a redesign, because to me that doesn't seem quite right. Maybe it made out of metal. Either or, buy yourself an extra diff casing. That's what I would say. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you next time. Stay safe. Bye bye.